Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all having a great day today. Today is my first official work day in Hawaii, so I figured we'd do a little get ready with me. I did a similar video for my first day in Australia because I was also in Australia for a work trip a couple of months ago, and by a couple I mean like the last October, so it's been quite a while. But I have a ton of products here that I'm planning on using for my everyday makeup. I feel like this is a good variety of things. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Vivian. I'm a robotics engineer with a love for all things beauty and makeup related, and if you weren't aware, I am currently on a work trip in Hawaii, and I'll be here for the entire month. So this is probably gonna be my go-to routine for the whole month that I'm here. I might switch out some products. I might just choose a different blush or something like that, but these are pretty much the products that I'm gonna try and stick to, just because a lot of them are in my project pan and I definitely want to make use out of them. So I hope you guys are having a great day. With that being said, let's just hop into it. So I did most of my skincare already. Literally, when I wake up in the morning, I don't tend to go overboard with skincare. Did a little bit, or I put on a little bit of my Dew Oracle Reviving Eye Gel. My under eyes just feel super tired. I still haven't adjusted to the time zone change, so I keep waking up at like 2, 3 a.m. because that's 8 to 9 Eastern time, which is my normal time zone, but here it's like 2 a.m. and that's just too early, and I've been trying to stay up later. Yesterday I didn't go to bed until like 11:30, so honestly my eyes just need a little bit of help. I haven't been getting a ton of sleep, and I'm just trying to adjust my body to the Hawaii time zone. So I did a little bit of my Dew Oracle Eye Gel, waited for that to dry down, and then I put on a good spritz of my Tower 28 SOS spray. I feel like my skin is looking a lot better today than it did on Saturday when I first flew in. So I think being in the ocean helps, just like the salt water. And then I think Tower 28 helped, obviously. It's been one of my holy grails for a while now. I'm gonna go in with sunscreen, and I brought my ultraviolet Fae Fluid ultralight sunscreen. This is SPF 50 plus. Hawaii is so sunny. The UV index is like 11. So if you're in the sun at all, you need sunscreen. Like if you pretty much step outside, if you're outside for more than like a minute, you're gonna need sunscreen. And I am gonna be outside for a large amount of time. So I am trying to get as much sunscreen as I possibly can on my face, and obviously my body too, but I'm gonna put that on after I'm done getting ready with everything else and change and everything. So this is super light like it says, but it starts off with kind of a white cast. You have to take the time to blend it out in for the white cast to go away, but at least you know that when you do that, like, it's fully blended in, because it does take a minute before actually being blended. I'm first gonna go in with the Glossier Future Dew primer. This is in my project pan right now, and I'm realizing that I forgot to bring a Sharpie to mark my project pan items when I filmed my update. So I took a good amount, 2 pumps, and I'm just gonna blend this in on top. I feel like this leaves a really pretty glow without making me feel super oily throughout the day, and I feel like I've made a good dent in it since putting it in my project pan. I still have a long ways to go, don't get me wrong, but I feel like this is the start of a good beginning, and like hopefully I'll be able to show a lot more progress by the time I film my project pan update in a couple days. So that's Future Dew. My skin looks so like nice and glowy right now. I'm just gonna wipe off my hands. For foundation, I'm gonna go in with the Supergoop Protectant SPF 50. This is in the shade 26W, and again, just trying to get as much SPF protection as I can, and I feel like my skin has been pretty good lately, so I don't want to go in with the Giorgio Armani foundation that I brought. So I'm just doing a little bit on my cheeks and my forehead, and then using a brush to blend it out. And obviously I'm not going to get the correct amount of sun protection from the sunscreen with how little I'm putting on, but I'm not trying to rely on the Supergoop as my main form of sunscreen. I feel like you'd have to put on a lot to be able to actually use it as good sun protection, and I feel like that would look a little bit weird as a skin tint. Bringing it down my neck too, just to make sure there's a good blend, and then blending on my forehead. For concealer, I'm going to go in with my Refi concealer in the shade 10. I think this is just such a pretty lightweight concealer. I don't think I need a ton of coverage, so I'm not going to go in with the Tower 28 one, but this one is literally just so thin and lightweight that I really like it. And the shade match is pretty good for me as well. Just going to use my brush to blend this out. And I don't need a ton of coverage. I just want a little bit more on the skin tint, just on my darker marks, like my acne marks that are still trying to go away. And then as far as my skincare routine has been, I've been using the same exact skincare routine from when I went on the cruise. I showed you guys in my cruise vlog, so I will link that for you guys in the eye. But I feel like that's been working really well for me, and I've had no issues with it so far. And so I figured why change what's not broken. I have a damp sponge here. This one is from Orthe Cosmetics, I believe. It's a really good sponge. It's really soft. They actually sent this to me a while ago, but I really like it, and it's held up really well after several washes. So just gonna pat over everything just to make sure there's no excess. I feel like my eyes are so red from so little sleep. Okay, I definitely need to powder soon, but first I'm gonna go in with the Tower 28 Bronzino in the shade West Coast, and I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer brush, but I'm gonna just pick up a little bit from like the side of the pan, just because the pan makes it a little bit harder to apply. I feel like the formula is a little bit drier now than it used to be. I'm gonna see if I can warm some up with my finger and then apply to my forehead like that. For blush, I'm just going in with my Euphoria BYO blush oil just because it's in my project pan. I am trying really hard to finish this quickly. I've been putting on a lot of this because it does fade pretty quickly, and if I top it with powder, it does not fade, but like the pigmentation is definitely nullified a little bit. So I've been putting on a little bit more, and then just using this Katie Jane Hughes and Spectrum number 4 brush to blend it out. It's just an angled duo fiber brush, but I feel like it does a good job of blending out this blush. I feel like the color looks subtle, but still blushed. I forgot to put faux freckles on before blush, so I'm just gonna do that now. I'm realizing that I don't think any of the makeup that I brought comes with a compact mirror, so I'm just gonna kind of wing it and hope that this works out. I've decided that I don't love the Rudy Berry freckle pen. The shade is just too light for me, and it doesn't look natural on me. I mean, they're faux freckles, so they're not supposed to look super natural, but I would want them to be a little bit more natural than that. The color is just too warm and also too light, so it definitely looks like I drawed on freckles, whereas like my actual freckles are like right there, and boy, I kind of messed this one up, but and this one. So I feel like the shade of the Freck Noir just matches better than the shades of all the other ones. For powder, I'm gonna go in with my Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. I have a feeling this is gonna be so messy. There's so much powder up here, like on the top. I'm gonna dip my puff in there. That's way too much powder. And then take the lid and kind of tap some of it off. Go under my eyes. Kind of the centers of my face. Really just like using what's in the cap as my actual powder for the powder puff. For brows, I'm just gonna go in with my Kosas Air Brow. I didn't have this in my collection for a while, and it used to be my favorite brow gel, or I remember it being my favorite brow gel before using it up, and I still think it's a really good tinted brow gel. I don't like the clear air brow, but the tinted one is really, really nice. I back comb my hairs and then brush them up, and I feel like it gives the perfect amount of pigment, but also still makes them look pretty natural. Highlighter, I have my Refi gloss highlighter that's in my project pan. I am just gonna put a little bit of this on. I still feel really glowy, so I don't want to put on a ton. Squeezing out a tiny bit on the back of my hand, and then just using my finger to blend this out. Just taking a little bit on the top of my nose. We're gonna do a little bit on the eyes as well, and then a little bit on the tops of my cheeks. I'm aware that I already powdered. Honestly, I kind of just forgot to put this on before powder. My lips have been so dry since getting here. I don't know if I just got like sunburned or what, but I'm gonna wipe off the Laneige lip glowy balm that I had on. I'm gonna put on a little bit of the M Cosmetics lip liner. And then I'm gonna go in with the Ramon Dewy Full Water Tint in the shade Canyon. This is a nice little lip stain, which I feel like is really nice for when I'm out at the office all day. I don't have to worry about reapplying. I like the shade Canyon a lot. I feel like it's kind of like my lips better. And then I'm gonna go in with mascara. I am not gonna curl my lashes because before I left for Hawaii, I tried to do a DIY lash tint while I was at home. And if you look really closely, some of it is curled, but the outer parts are not, and the inner parts are not. So I feel like when I do curl my lashes since doing this lash perm, it just looks too weird. It doesn't look evenly curled everywhere. So I'm just gonna go in with mascara. I feel like this makes it look more natural than me curling them. So this is the Bugle and Rudy Berry Tubing mascara. It's her like chocolate brown mascara. And the ends of my lashes droop a little bit, but I feel like that looks okay because the front is still pretty curled. I'm just gonna take my time to build this up. Just because I love blush, I'm just gonna go over this with the brush that I used to apply the blush. And that's pretty much it as far as makeup. I am gonna pull out these heatless curls. I did have to redo this a couple of times, and that's okay though. I used the day styling cream last night and just drenched my hair in that, and then fell asleep with my hair slightly damp with the day hair cream, styling cream. So this might not last throughout the day. I'm not banking on that whatsoever, but for the sake of just having a little bit of curl in my hair, I think that's a-okay. And then I'm just gonna not touch it. I'm just gonna let it do its thing for a while. Yeah, this is it. This is the final makeup look. This is probably what I'm going to stick to for most of the trip until, at least until I finish my Project Pan blush. I feel like I want to try and focus on this, and if I don't feel like using this, I brought so many blushes to use instead. But I think for the most part, this routine is going to remain the same. Anything that I brought multiples of in the same category, I might swap out, but the basics are all there. I hope you guys are having a great day today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so happy to be in Hawaii. Honestly, I feel like it's been an unreal time already. Yesterday, we definitely made the most of our first day in Hawaii. We did this beautiful hike that had like panoramic views of the island, and we went cliff jumping as well. And the cliffs weren't super high. It was only like 8 to 10 feet, but that was also such a cool experience. I'm so glad I did that. And it was pretty safe for the most part. There was like a time where it was getting a little bit sketchier, and then we just decided we're gonna leave at that point, and then watched the sunset at the beach, and then went to dinner. It was all just really, really cool. I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm so excited to be in Hawaii. Yeah, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.